Black holes make various sounds. Distant galaxies send radio signals. My stomach is rumbling with hunger. Here are just a few examples of unusual signals from outer space that scientists have managed to detect. Okay, my stomach is not included in this list, but there are many other incredible facts that I want to tell you about today. Saturn's rings are very thin compared to its size. If you constructed a model of a planet 90 centimeters wide, its rings would be 10,000 times thinner than a razor blade. Mercury is several billion years old. In the 2016 year, scientists discovered anomalies occurring on the surface of the planet, indicating that it is getting smaller. After studying this phenomenon, experts came to the conclusion that Mercury is still cooling. Despite the fact that Venus is the hottest planet in the solar system, it also has snow, but not the kind we are used to. There is metallic snow and acid rain. Yeah, not the best place to spend a vacation. A day on Uranus lasts 17 hours, 14 minutes and 24 seconds. But just imagine, due to the fact that the gas giant is tilted by 98 degrees, the season on it lasts 21 Earth years. Mars has two moons, Phobos and Deimos. In 30 to 50 million years, the gravitational force of Mars will tear Phobos apart, and then most likely a ring will form around the planet. I would not like to be anywhere near at this moment. A light year is a unit of distance traveled by light in 1 year. Light moves at a speed of a little more than 300,000 kilometers per second. Therefore, 1 light year is about 10 trillion kilometers. By the way, our Milky Way is 105,700 light-years wide. Believe me, I'm serious. There is a lot of water in space. Astronomers have discovered a huge cloud of steam that exceeds the mass of the Earth's oceans by 140 trillion times. But don't worry, it's 12 billion light-years away from us, so we definitely won't drown in it. Saturn's rings were not discovered at the same time. This happened gradually and they were named in alphabetical order, depending on the time when scientists discovered them. Like this: D, C, B, A, F, G, I. Jupiter has a giant red spot that is even bigger than Earth. Astronomers have confirmed that this is an eternal storm that has not stopped for several centuries. Astronauts wear orange spacesuits during launch, landing, or in an emergency when inside a spacecraft. White spacesuits are designed differently, so they allow astronauts to survive in outer space. The Andromeda Galaxy is closest to the Milky Way. It is 2.5 million light-years away from it. The galaxy can even be seen with the naked eye on a clear night. And by the way, a little earlier than in 4 billion years, our galaxy will collide with the Andromeda Galaxy. According to assumptions, they will not be able to survive, but the solar system will survive. Place your bets. Venus takes 243 Earth days to complete a full circle around its axis, while it takes 225 Earth days to circumnavigate the Sun. This means that a day on Venus is longer than a year. Wherever on Earth we are, we always see the same side of the Moon. This is because the Moon rotates around the Earth at the same speed as around its axis. In 1999, there was an embarrassment in space. NASA lost the Mars satellite due to the fact that one half of the engineers used a metric system of measures in their calculations, and the other half used an empirical one. The black hole cannot be seen. What telescopes are able to detect is the effect of a black hole on what is around it. For example, when a star gets too close to it, we see it being torn apart. Astronauts in space can grow by 3%. Due to the lack of gravity, their spines begin to lengthen, but this effect is short-lived. As soon as the astronauts return to Earth, the vertebrae contract again. We have a planetary defense coordination department in case life is ever discovered on other planets. At a distance of 250 million light-years, there is a supermassive black hole. That reproduces the lowest sound ever made by an object in the universe. It is 57 octaves lower than the nota, which is 1 quadrillion times lower than the sound we can hear. The International Space Station is the largest man-made structure that has gone into space. It weighs 420,000 kilograms and reaches the size of an American football field. The spacesuit costs about $12 million. It protects astronauts from the sun, space dust that flies at speeds exceeding the speed of sound, and extreme weather conditions. Their helmets even have special Velcro straps in case an astronaut's nose itches, for example. The Moon is 400 times smaller than the Sun, and the Earth is 400 times farther from the Moon than the Sun, so during an eclipse it seems that they are the same size. 50 light-years from Earth is a star, 90% of the mass of which crystallizes, and inside it consists of carbon. This means that she is the biggest diamond that has ever been found. And her name is Lucy. You know, the Beatles have a song like that, but it doesn't matter. There are Martian rocks on Earth. Small stones from outer space quite often fall into the atmosphere of our planet. We call them meteorites. 61,000 such stones have been found on Earth, 224 of them from Mars. In the 2011 year, scientists discovered a small Martian pebble, which is several billion years old. In our solar system there are 181 satellites orbiting planets, but 2 of them do not have any. These are Venus and Mercury. And the only dwarf planets that don't have natural satellites are Ceres and Makemake. On Earth, sound reaches our ear through the vibration of air molecules. But there are no molecules in space between the stars and planets, so sound cannot pass there in any way and we would not be able to hear anything. That's absolutely nothing. When you find yourself in space, get out of the spaceship, take off your helmet and listen. Despite the fact that the age of the Sun is 4,006,000,000 years, it is believed that it is a middle-aged star. In addition, the Sun is a yellow dwarf. When it gets older, it will turn into a red giant and swallow Mercury, Venus and most likely the Earth. But after that, the Sun will shrink and become a white dwarf. How cruel. There is something in mathematics that is the opposite of what a black hole is. It's called the white hole. Absolutely nothing can get into the area of the white hole, and only light and matter can get out of it. We have studied 100% of the surface of the Moon, and 99% of the surface of Mars, but only 5% of the ocean floor of the Earth. Moonlight takes 1/3 of a second to reach Earth when it travels a distance of 385,000 kilometers. There are 5 retroreflectors on the Moon's surface that reflect light back to its source. So if you point a powerful laser at it, the light will return to you in 1/3 of a second. There are 88 constellations in the night sky of the Earth, and we can look at them from both the northern and southern hemispheres. Decades ago, astronomers believed that Mercury does not rotate around its axis and therefore the same side of the planet is always facing the Sun. It was only in 1965 that they discovered that it still rotates, though at the speed of a snail. One circle is 57 Earth years. Every year the Moon moves away from our planet by about 2.5 centimeters. Because of this, the Earth's rotation speed also decreases. The Hubble Space Telescope is the most useful and effective scientific instrument ever created. He worked for more than 25 years, and thanks to him, astronomers have published more than 15,000 scientific papers. The distance between the Sun and the Earth is measured by an astronomical unit. One astronomical unit is 150 million kilometers. In the 2016 year, the telescope managed to catch radio signals from a dwarf galaxy that is 3 billion light-years away from us. When the signals began their journey, continents were just forming on Earth. The International Space Station orbits our planet every 92 minutes. It is moving at a speed of 28,150 kilometers per hour, which is about 8 kilometers per second. There is a so-called space surveillance network that tracks how much space debris orbits the Earth and where does it come from. Today, more than 309,000 fragments of stones and inactive satellites revolve around our planet, not counting, by the way, working satellites. It should be noted that it becomes quite crowded there. 64.5 light-years from our solar system, there is a planet that glows with a bright blue light. The winds there blow at a speed of 8,700 kilometers per hour and there are glass rains. No thanks. I think I'll go to Hawaii. If you've learned something new today, please like this video and share it with your friends. And here are some more cool videos that you might like.